Good afternoon.
As a part of a trial of your trying from an idea from the dean, this class is going to be a part in English. And the topic we're going to cover today is marketing mix. Okay? So marketing mix. Alright, first of all, we need to know that the marketing mix is focused in 4 different phases of the tactic. Okay, so marketing mix is focused in the tactic phase of the development of the company, right? Of the company. We can say that the marketing mix is not part of the strategy, but is part of the tactic of the company when introducing a product in a new market. Alright? So let's have a look at the 4 phases of the mix. Usually, our classical approaches tells us that there are just 4 phases, which are price, promotion, each other, product, and place. That's correct. But new approaches to this topic tell us that there are 3 new phases in the mix. So let's have a look of the 3 new pieces that they now consider within the mix. There are 3 new pieces in this approach. As you can see, people, process, and physical environment. Okay? Those 3 aspects are now considered within the mix. So the mix now is of 7 pieces. So the other piece are people, process, and physical environment. Alright? So let's start talking about price. The first one we're going to analyze is price. Right? And we need to know, talking about price, first of all, we are going to focus our strategy in penetration of the market. And also to consider the physical implication and the, not physical, psychological implication of making people buy our product. Okay? So, talking about the price, first of all, let's erase this part first, and then we can analyze, first of all, price. When talking about price, we need to know that we need to set the right price for the right product. And by doing that, we can achieve better goals. That is in terms of acquiring new clients or new customers by setting the right price for the right product, right? Okay, so price is about setting the right price. Price is about setting the right price. The right price according to what? To the strategy that the company is following, of course. If our strategy is for differentiation, we need to set a high price, right? You remember? For differentiation, a high price. This is for differentiation. But if our strategy is for cost leadership, we need to set low prices. Cheap. That's correct. So if we need to do our cost leadership strategy, we set low prices. Those are for cost division. Right? Now, let's analyze the following key. Okay? So, price. Now, talking about products.
In price is just focus on the marketing people, not the cost of product.
Well, yes. The cost is a result of the study of the market, the approach to the demand of the product, and the cost within the company, both sides. But you're correct. One part of the setting the price is the cost inside the company, the production costs. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Now talking about product. When you talk about product, we need to know things really concrete, really specific. The design is the first thing. How is designed the product? After that, the technology we use. Okay. The usefulness is for what the product is used by people. Alright? And the convenience, how convenient is to sell that product in that market. Remember that time we were talking about India, that in India we cannot sell meat because the cows right there are sacred animals. Then convenience is the convenience to sell products in the right place, in the right country, for the right people, right? So maybe in Colombia it's not too appropriate to sell dog meat in restaurants because nobody is going to want to eat that, right? So the convenience of the product is really a basic thing to define before we enter a market with a new product, all right? Design, the value, the quality, and the branding. The branding. What is branding? I don't know. You know? Who knows what is branding? It's to set a brand, the name of the product. For example, the brand of this marker is Expo. That's the brand. La marca. Branding. Branding is really important because you can set a position within the market for a brand. And that is money. You can introduce those products with a good position with better sales. And you can set prices over your competitors if you have a good branding. Accessories and also warranties. What is warranties? When your product is not so good and people buy it and then they come back to you to ask for repairment or to change the product. You need to also offer that warranty, right? Okay. Now, talking about promotion. Promotion is the science that is covered by the publicity. Remember we talked about publicity in the first class, and that there are 3 different kinds of publicity: OTL, BTL, and ATL. Okay, so talking about publicity, let's review that again. In promotion, we use publicity, and we use 3 kinds of publicity. The first one is BTL. Yeah, you remember? BTL, which stands for below the line. BTL is below the line. And that kind of promotion is the one that is made in the point where you sell the product. The BTL, below the line, is done in the point of sales. Okay? It's like banners, it's flyers, all that stuff that is printed, right? The ATL is above the line. Who remembers which one is the ATL?
The media?
The media. All products media. And it's massive. It goes to millions of people at the same time. It could be radio, television, and press. Right? Radio? television, and press. Alright? There are many differences, alright? Like direct mailing is one of those. When you send physical mail, like letters or something, flyers by the mail. But also now, the most important nowadays is the third one, which is OTL. Remember? OTL is online. That is the same like online. Okay? OTL. OTL. OTL stands for on the line, which is the same that we call online. It's all the promotions that you receive in your emails or when you go to the internet to visit a web page or whatever, and you see their promotion about products of any kind, right? That's OTL. Well, for promotion, sometimes some companies get together to do better promotion. That is called joint ventures. When two or more companies get together and they design a joint strategy to sell products. For example, here in Colombia, DirecTV and FTV, they made a joint venture to offer two different services, which were the phone, the landline home, and the landline telephone, and the internet, to compete with Claro and with Movistar. Because Movistar and Claro, they offer the whole pack together of landline, cell phone line, and internet. But DirecTV needed to find a partner to create this kind of figure, a joint venture, and they could offer the whole pack with the whole services. Okay? Okay, that talking about promotion. Now, let's talk about place. Place is not only talking about the place in which the product is manufactured. We also need to take into account many different variables and factors for place. Talking about logistics, we need to know how to transport the products from our factory to distributors and to final users as well. And also, before that, we need to know how to transport the raw materials from our suppliers to our company to transform the product. Alright? So place is not only about retail or merchandising, it's also about logistics. The logistics process is also to be taken into account in place. Right? That's our place. Now, talking about, well, those four are the traditional piece, or the traditional mix. Now, talking about the three new P's, which are people, like we said, people, physical environment, and process. This theory is really new. They're talking about these three new P's like since 2010, more or less. These three new P's, people is about the human resource that we count in our company. Without people, we cannot do anything in the company. And maybe some people right nowadays get like upset when we use the term human resources, because they say, well, we are not a resource, but we are a resource. Maybe the most important resource in a company is people. So we need to know that to take into account people in the mix is really, really, really important. Because without the right people doing the right things in the right moment for our tactical scheme, we cannot achieve goals. So for managing the product, the promotion, the price, and the place, we need people to control all of those factors and variables. So The first one, to be taken into account in our tactical development, we need to know there is people. Okay, so people, employees in the company, which are in charge of the operational part of the process. The management, you guys, managers, which are in charge of writing the strategy and to control the whole company, to direct all the processes. The culture, we need to know the culture of the employees to understand how they need to be treated to get the best of them, alright? And also, we need to know these three are inside the company, and this last one, the customer service, is in the client, in the customer. We need to know how the customer receives our product and how happy they are or satisfied with that product in order to change, okay? So the people is not only inside the company, but also outside the customers. We need to take into account the people inside the company and outside. Okay? Now, the other thing that we take into account nowadays is process. What's a process? A process is something that happens with an input. Okay? The process always receives an input. Okay? And the result of it is an output. Okay? So a process, marketing itself is a process within a company. So we need to know and understand what is relevant, okay, within an industry to really satisfy the needs of the customers in the market. So the process is the whole thing. It's the whole process, the whole activity of the company. Okay? Buying raw materials, processing them, knowing the demand, knowing the customer needs, and then supplying them with solutions. So the process is to get people solutions for the needs that they have not solved, basically. Alright, so that's the process in marketing. And the last one we're going to take into account today is the physical environment. The physical environment is when we talk about the interfaces, which are the interrelations with all the stakeholders. Remember we talked about the stakeholders?
Yes.
Okay, so that physical environment is how the company establish relationships with all the stakeholders in physical way. Okay, so logistics and payments and also distribution. Okay, all the facilities we have. Okay, could be all the goods that the company count on to perform the activity they perform. Okay, so it can be trucks, it can be the actual building in which the company operates. Okay, it can be the machinery they have to transform the products. All the physical factors, and also how they interact with different stakeholders in the process. Okay, so to sum up, marketing mix is the group of variables and factors that a company put together to develop a tactical design in order to perform better than the competitors. Okay, and also to have good revenues, to have a good performance in terms of financial activity as well. So that's the part we're going to have in English. Now we're going to switch back to Spanish. Desde aquí seguimos en español.